Scorpio. Hey, how you doing? It's Lisa. And I'm going to be doing the mid-month reading for November. It's a general reading. So, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. I hope you enjoy it and you'll come back and see me again. For those of you who have been here before, I really do appreciate the support. It means a lot. Oops. All right. Oh, and happy birthday. Want to get that out there. All right, let's find out what Scorpio needs to know for the middle of November for 2022. What does Scorpio need to know for the middle of November 2022? Got the Chariot. You got the Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands. Six of Cups, the Moon, and the Eight of Swords. All right, Scorpio, let's look at this, and then we'll clarify with another deck, and then we'll go ahead and pull a couple oracle cards. Okay. All right, well, it looks like right now you guys you got this energy of the Chariot. I feel like you're feeling very determined. You have like a lot of drive towards something. Like you feel like you're in a really good place in regard to whatever the situation is that you're thinking about. And I feel like you're feeling very positive about your direction. And you're very confident in the fact that you're going to be able to keep it in the direction that needs to be going in. Now this Page of Pentacles, and I'm wondering if this is what you're actually thinking about because of your drive and your ambition and all the energy that you're putting into it. The Page of Pentacles is telling me like you're looking for an opportunity, maybe a financial opportunity, possibly you might even want to be thinking about new skill development, like maybe you've found a situation where you're like, oh wait, I could be really good at that, but I have to learn how to do such and such, or I could be doing that, but I still have to learn to do get to the point where you can do it, but you have to take classes, maybe night classes, or even just like online learning, or if you're already at a job that you think you can build on and like move up in the company. And just like be a matter of, trying to, just learn some new things. But I definitely feel like it's almost like you maybe you felt like a little stagnant for a little bit. And now all of a sudden you're like, well, wait, I can do this. And I feel like you have a lot of drive and determination going on in your head. But I do feel like you are feeling almost... You're feeling all this energy and this passion, but I feel like you are afraid of it a little bit. Like maybe you've done that before. You get yourself all worked up for something. You're like, okay, yeah, I feel good. I could do it. And all of a sudden you're like, well, maybe not. So maybe you're afraid of throwing too much of your efforts or putting too much of your energy or forward thinking into that feeling, because you're like, if I get too excited about it, it's not going to happen. Like maybe you've been disappointed in the past, and I feel like you're afraid of that disappointment because nobody likes disappointment. And I feel like you might have had an opportunity at one point, and then all of a sudden it just wasn't there anymore. But you had so much happiness about it. So you were so glad that hey, I got this opportunity, or I could do this. But then somewhere along the line, it fell through, it got taken away, things didn't work out. And I feel like you're actually afraid to think that's going to happen. It's just easier to not think too much about it. Like, okay, yeah, I do have to do this, and this to be able to get it, but I think you just don't want to put all your eggs in that is that basket? Yeah, don't put all your eggs in that basket yet. I feel like you're kind of like, not really wanting to do that, but Let's see when we clarify what else goes with us. Now, I do think that you have a very strong connection with your family, possibly, or friends that you've had for a really long time. And, I feel like these are probably the people that they always can, like, they got your back, like they're going to let you know if things don't seem like they're going right the way you're doing it, or they're always good for a high five every now and then when you do actually get something. So I just feel like that they make you feel very comfortable, and that you are accepted where you are. I think it's a possibility you might be even running into some people that you knew a while ago, maybe when you were growing up. And we have so many planets in retrograde right now, so I guess that's always possible where things from the past keep coming back. And because I feel like you're feeling like maybe you do, you run into something and run into somebody, and it's almost like you never even lost contact, you never lost touch, and you just like fall back into that same comfort zone. Let's see. The moon. I think with this energy, this moon energy this is something that you almost have to fight against, because this is not, whatever this moon energy is representing to you, it's not working for you. It's not going your way. So maybe it's like your intuition, maybe all those gut feelings that you're having, or, all these hunches. Well, right now it doesn't feel like they're going to be accurate. So maybe right now, don't go with your gut. Don't go with your gut. Maybe it's something that you never really did. And actually, you'll hear it in movies sometimes, do the total opposite of what your gut is telling you, kind of thing. But that's actually how this feels for some reason. In the placement here, it feels like it's not going to work for you. Just not knowing what's going on, not being able to see things clearly, going in and using your intuition to see things that are more hidden. And at this point, this time, not a good idea. Let's see. And then we have the outcome, the Eight of Swords. Now this is where, okay, you feel stuck. This could be like you're mentally stuck. You're not able to think past a situation, or you're actually in a situation, whether you put yourself there on purpose or not, whether it's in regards to a relationship, a friendship or whatever. It could be a job, it could be pretty much anything, where you just feel like you're kind of trapped and you don't see a way out. Not that there isn't. If you ever seen the traditional deck, she's there with her blindfold and she's got swords around her, but it's very obvious that she could walk through them. But because she can't see, she's not going to do that. She doesn't want to get hurt trying to get out. So I feel like that's how you feel right now. Like you're not sure what to do to get out of it, whatever it might be. I'm going to clarify when we'll figure it out. All right. Let's see. Who's doing this? All right. Let's see. I have to get my nails done. I've been putting that off. You can't grab anything. All right. What do we got for the Chariot for Scorpio? November 2022. Middle of the month. All right, you got the Fool. And the Empress. That's telling me, yeah, you're ready for a new path. Whatever it is that you're working on already, or what you already, like say whatever your normal is, you're ready for something different. And again, I don't even know if it's if it has to do with this Eight of Swords. I'll say that in a second, but you definitely want to go for something different, something maybe, just a little bit, almost like carefree. I feel like you want to be really carefree about it. Like, you're not really worried about it going to be working out. I feel like you think it already is. And with this Empress energy, there's growth involved. Like, you want to mature into something. You want something to grow. And for that to happen, you have to take this new path. And that's going to be, whether it's, like I said, with the job development, or could be looking into something else. Possibly business ideas. What about this Page of Pentacles? Page of Pentacles are for Scorpio. The Five of Swords. And the Nine of Wands. I feel like this is something, and it feels like something that's happened before. Maybe that explains this Knight of Wands over here. Because it's almost like you've gone through the situation repeatedly. Like you have enough experience of things like this where you get yourself all psyched up for it, but then all of a sudden it pitters out and nothing ever comes of it. And I feel like you almost make that decision. It's almost like a self-sabotage. And I don't think you're doing it on purpose, but I think that it's almost like a natural course of events. And you would actually have to push yourself to get past that, where you don't, like here, it feels like, yeah, I want to do it. This is going to be awesome, but I don't want to do all that. Like maybe whatever the opportunity is, it's feeling like it's a little bit too much. And you're not willing to take off, you don't want to take off more than you could chew. So I feel like that slows you down a little bit. And you're like, all right, well, we'll just hold on. Because things aren't that bad here. I can do this. Things aren't that bad. But I feel like this is like almost like a constant. It feels like it might be a constant with you. Not you specifically, no offense. But just like, and I know a lot of people do that. It's a matter of, well, do I really want to put that much into something? And not everybody does, But it's just like, it feels like a cycle. It feels like a cycle that you kind of start and end because of that feeling of not wanting to put in more. We got the Knight of Wands, got the High Priestess, and the Two of Cups. Now this feels like you, and it's funny because the Moon's card is coming up saying don't go with your gut, but the High Priestess is all about go with your gut. But in this situation, it's almost like you have somebody around you that you may have a tight bond with. I mean, this could be a romantic relationship, platonic relationship. This could be family, It could be anybody that you're tight with. And I feel like they're the ones that are going to offer you the gut feeling that you don't want to use right now, or that's not working for you to use it. I feel like they're going to kind of be that angel on your shoulder. They're going to give you, like they're going to lead you in a certain way that you would actually be able to follow through with something. And, be able to feel good about it and feel successful about it. Be able to be okay with it. Like, you just want to make sure however this works, it's going to be okay. That you're not going to be disappointed in yourself because you didn't do something, or, feeling kind of like rejected because you put yourself out there and it didn't work. And again, this could actually be in any situation. But I feel like there's definitely somebody there with you. It's almost like they're going to be your, your gut feeling, I guess. Now on top of the Six of Cups, the Moon and the Five of Wands. And that kind of feels like, all right, so there's things that you don't know. You can't be sure of how it's going to, and maybe you might even like be a little anxious about it, like a little wary about it, because nothing is clear, and you're having a hard time seeing the clarity of it. And maybe you are asking people for, their advice, their opinions, what they think. And, and they're feeling very free to give it to you, like they really want to give it to you, but it could also be that you didn't ask, and they're going to give it to you anyway. It's almost like everybody's talking so much and so loud, they're not hearing each other, and you're hardly hearing them because they just have all these ideas on what you should do and how you should do it, but you didn't ask for it. Maybe you didn't ask for it, and it's just because I think you were like basically asking maybe one specific person, but you ended up getting like advice and ideas coming at you from a whole other set of people. All right, I don't know how many people could be. Seems like there'd be more than one, and I'm wondering, it's just because if you were so unsure about the next step, they were trying to help out. So what about this moon? What's about the moon? What doesn't Scorpio need to know about the moon? Got the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Wow. That's interesting. When I see those two cards together, the Ace and the Knight, this actually feels very relationship-y to me. It's not necessarily, doesn't have to be, but I'm wondering, so what if this all doesn't have something to do with the same thing over here? And maybe whatever the situation was, that you weren't supposed to go with your gut, it was in regards to a relationship or possibly wanting to build a relationship. Because I feel like it might literally be a totally different story from what was going on over here about, what you wanted to do. But then over here, it's just like, I see you got this Two of Cups here too. So I'm wondering if that's not the person that you were kind of leaning on to help you out through all this, whatever that you were thinking, and seeing if they could almost like get a better idea of things. I wonder if they're not the same person. Because it seems like if you were trying to build a relationship, that's why the moon's coming up in the it's gonna go against you idea. Because I think you don't want to go with your gut. Maybe your gut instincts on relationships is not the best. No offense, sorry. But sometimes it's not. Everything's not a romance movie. Everything's not like how you can, I know how to do this. Maybe you don't. Or maybe you think you do when you don't. And just might be a matter of don't try to feel it out. Actually show your true self. Let you come out. And, and that might go a lot better than just doing what you think you should do because of maybe what you've seen over amount of years as far as, how people get into relationships or work through relationships. Well, that was odd. I didn't even just talk about that. Okay. What about this Eight of Swords? Got the Death card and the Emperor. Well, it looks like for you to get out of whatever the stuck situation is, and now I'm not sure if it's like about the relationship or if it's about whatever this opportunity was going to be. But the only way you're going to get out of that stuck situation is by changing something. And the change is going to have to come from within you. It's not a matter of, outside interference or, what goes around, what's going on around you. No, it's you. Whatever situation that you're stuck in, you're putting yourself there. And you're the only one that's going to be able to move yourself out of it. And you got to be, be sure about it. You got to be confident with the fact that, okay, I don't want to be here. So how do I get out of here? And, go through, reflect, go through different relationships say, and say, well, what did I do wrong? Like, why is this like a repeat situation? Like, I feel like you have been in a repeat situation. And I feel like you're realizing it, but you're not exactly sure how to get out of it. And I think that's why you don't go with your gut was like the main theme here. Don't go with your gut because you've done it. And I don't think it's really worked for you. And I'm not calling you out and I don't mean it. It's don't shoot the messenger. That's what it feels like. It hasn't worked for you. So, definitely try to, like I said, if you have this person, then they're, you're tight with them. Maybe they'll even help you navigate a relationship if the relationship is with them. They might even be helping you. Like, did you ever see that kind of situation? Again, I'm going about movies and stuff where they actually help you. Or even if you think about Friends, the episode of Friends, like between Monica and Chandler, she like fixes it all the time because he's clueless. And again, I'm not saying you're clueless, but it just feels like your natural gut instincts is not the best on your side right now. And I don't think this anymore doesn't even feel like it has anything to do with you. I'm sure you're smart, you got a good opportunity. I feel all that, but it feels like this was like making more of an entrance into it. This whole relationship thing. That may or may not be a relationship in the progress or going to be. I'm not sure. I didn't know. Let's see. See if we can find out anything from here. Oh my God. I'm going to have to put a picture of my dog because I was listening to a video back and he grumbles and he makes these noises. He's an old dog. And he's like, "Rrr." But when you're listening to a video, it sounds like I got a ghost or a monster or something. I need a picture of him. All right, so we got, what do you need to release? Makes sense. And your dream needs a practical plan. And let's see. So that to me is like, yeah, you need to go through and like shed all the issues that you've had in the past, whether it was about, relationships or how you got in relationships you didn't want to be in, what didn't work for you. Frustration and abundance. So it feels like, all right, yeah, life is frustrating. It's not always going to be perfect, but with enough effort put into it, it's going to give you something that you can be proud of and you can be happy with how it ended or how it worked out. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you want to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, write me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And I will be seeing you in a couple weeks, all right? Take care.